YouTube family, Auntie is here. I'm Patty Jackson. I'm your auntie of pop culture, and it's so good to be here. I love to say, it's not cute not knowing. Let's start with a hug, because you never know. Somebody will need a hug. Now y'all gonna know, and I do have a whole lot of scoop. Oh goodness, what should I start with? We're gonna start with Wendy Williams. She's out of the psychiatric hospital, y'all. She's out. They said she's ready to get back to work. She's due to return to her show October the 4th. Is she ready? I want her to be ready, but I don't think so. The paparazzi has been watching her, and she was seen vaping outside one of them cellular stores. She stopped when she realized they were looking at her. She's lonely. She's dealing with this Graves' disease. But if she doesn't deal with the problem, you can go and pretend all you want. Now they're going to have a fancy PR team trying to turn the spin, crisis team, let everybody know she's ready to come back to work. But she got to stop that drinking. And people are talking. People are talking. I don't think she's in a good state. But she probably is ready to go back to work because that's the only glue that she has, but you will lose that glue if you can't get it together. I really want her to get it together. I really do. But they said she's due to come back October the 4th. Strange moment on live TV. The View. Live. It was live. They had to take Anna Navarro off and Sunny Hostin because they do testing all the time for COVID. They got COVID-19. Even though they're vaccinated, they had to leave the set because they got COVID. Now, this is the thing. I know people want to say, that's why I ain't getting it. Because you get vaccine, still get it. True. But you're not going to get as sick. That's the difference between somebody. There are breakthrough cases. This Delta variant ain't no joke. There are breakthrough cases. You're not going to get as sick because there are people that are still dying. Let's not forget that. There are overworked healthcare workers who are doing everything they can to keep people alive. It is still out here and it's still a thing. It's just that ain't nothing going to shut down no more. Life is going to go on. But they took them off. Joy is like, well, what's going on? They're getting ready to interview Kamala Harris. Joy is like, well, what's going on? Well, what's happening? It was strange. And I don't know if this was staged, but it was a very strange moment on The View. Kelly Clarkson is going to be legally single at the first of the year, and her $45 million fortune was spared. Her ex-husband, they have 2 kids, bitter divorce, and he was going after her money, and she still got to give him an amount. But as of January, Kelly Clarkson will be legally single. Marvel is getting sued by the estate of Stan Lee, the force behind, all your Marvel movies. They're being sued by them. Stan Lee died, so there's new people in charge, and they're like, you got until 2023, because we want our Spider-Man back, Iron Man back, Black Widow back. Marvel is fighting to keep those characters in their fold, because they do the whole Marvel movies and that whole thing. They're fighting to keep those characters. K. Michelle, she's got a documentary coming in Lifetime. My Killer Body. K. Michelle had to get her butt implants out. She was just plastic all over, and she took it out. And I guess it's the journey of getting sick, removing the implants, and then kind of like reshaping her body. But K. Michelle, Lifetime, everybody, in early January. This R. Kelly trial. The prosecution has rested their case, so now it's the defense. Yesterday in court, they had the nerve, they had the audacity to compare R. Kelly to Martin Luther King. Oh, shut the front door with this defense. Why? He gonna lose. I'm just ready to just say, look, I'm going to come back and just give y'all the guilty verdict, because this kind of foolishness, y'all really going to compare him to Martin Luther King? iPhone 13 is out. They're saying it has a longer battery and it has a better camera. I'm really thinking about getting it, because I haven't had an upgrade in 2 years. Shang-Chi, the highest grossing movie during a pandemic, is coming to Disney Plus on November the 12th. It was a very good movie. The Many Saints of Newark, we are 1 week away. James Gandolfini played one of television's most iconic characters with Tony Soprano. The Many Saints of Newark looks at Tony's life before he became the head of the mob. What was a young Tony like? James Gandolfini's son, Michael, is playing the young Tony Soprano. And wait until you see Leslie Odom Jr. He's going to amaze you as the how do they describe it, as an activist gang leader, but he is in this. It's not only coming to theaters, everybody, but it's coming to HBO Max. Will Smith, his book is coming out. He's going on a short tour that's going to take him from Philadelphia to London. Very short, but in the book, he talks about life and mistakes he's made and his journey, which is amazing. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, that bitter feud with Aunt Viv, Janet Hubert, that was a learning curve. And I'm so glad that they were able to mend their fences and get past that. But the book, y'all, it's coming out in November. You ever wonder why Tom Brady left the New England Patriots? They love him in New England. He's won all these Super Bowls, and he left and cracked their face and went on to give the Tampa Bay Bucks, led them right to the Super Bowl. You know why Tom Brady left the Patriots? Bill Belichick wasn't treating him right. Bill Belichick was the coach. How do you not treat a Tom Brady? That's your star player. You know, I recently did a podcast. I do that podcast, Patty and the Millennials. And I said, do some employers chase away good workers? Because nowadays, especially with the millennials, they will say deuces in a minute. They will be like, deuces. I know there are cases of crazy workers, but what about employers who don't know how to treat their workers? And there's a whole bunch of them out here. We all know some people don't need to be nobody's damn boss because they dumb as a pile of bricks. But yeah, Bill Belichick was treating him like a rookie. Chris Cuomo is being accused of sexual harassment, the CNN anchor. His brother, Andrew Cuomo, driven out of office as the governor of New York. And now fingers are pointing. It's one woman. Something happened years ago at Chris. Jason Derulo, he can do those TikToks, but can't keep these women. He and his girlfriend, a gorgeous woman, they just had a baby in May. They broke up. Y'all can't work it out? This Sunday on Stars, we have 50 Cent. He's done it again. Black Mafia family, BMF, the story of Big Meech, Southwest T. At that time, early 2000s, they were the biggest drug dealers in Detroit. Big Meech is still in jail, and Rick Ross, he also, shouts him out, Big Meech. It's their story. And what makes this story something? Russell Hornsby plays the father. They didn't come from a broken home. They came from a 2-parent home. And they decided they wanted to be a part of that street life. And they ruled, and they were the biggest. Big Meech's son is playing him. 50 Cent paid for the young guys acting. Wood and Steve Harris, they're brothers. They're in it. Lala Anthony is in it. Snoop Dogg is in it. Eminem is in it, but it debuts on Stars this Sunday, BMF. I think I went through everything. It was a busy day. It was meetings and shows, and it's time to start the weekend. There is a weekend edition, and it's fancy for everyone who says, I know pictures. The weekend edition has pictures, and LaShawna Simon puts it together. This was an interesting week. A lot of things happening. Thanks so much for joining us. Make sure you hit the notification. Subscribe to the channel. You know you want to know what's going on. And leave a comment because Auntie reads the comments. I really do. And give us a thumbs up if you like the video. Thanks for joining us. I appreciate you guys. I'm Patty Jackson. I'm your auntie of pop culture.